What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 11 of our Project Ozone 3 Skyblock Let's Play. So now, if you guys didn't watch last episode, I recommend going back and watching. In that episode, we went ahead and made a very basic ME system. I made a bunch of 4K storage cells. We transferred all of our storage into this system. So today, what I wanted to do was go ahead and continue in applied energistics a little bit and make ourselves sort of the beginning of a little autocrafting system. Now again, as I've said many times in this playthrough so far, I haven't ever done this. So this episode might require quite a few cuts. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. I've done some research, but we'll go ahead and get started. So I have these things favorited over here that I'll need in order to do this. So what I wanted to do to start was make some ME controllers. Now I wanted to make 3 of these, which we can do. And if we take these, put these down here, we have ourselves a little 3x1 ME controller system. So that is very nice. Now I think I can probably, I'm gonna definitely need to rewire this. Do I have my crescent hammer? Yeah, I do. So let's I think we just need that cable into there, and then we can put this off of this one. But first, let's get, I made some dense cables, which I'm gonna want. Made quite a few of these. Now, from what I understand, these hold 32 channels per side, which is quite a few. So yeah, this is using apparently 0 of 3 channels. Don't know why that is. Let's just test this for a bit. Alright, so these are still working. So yeah, those have power. I guess inscribers don't use channels. Good to know. But anyway, let's, and actually while I'm down here, I'm going to expand this side a little bit with our smart cables, because this, off this side of this controller is where I think I'm going to set up our auto-crafting stuff. Alright, so let's go up here and continue crafting. So now that we have these controllers, I wanted to go ahead and make, first of all, I guess we'll make the interface terminal and then the pattern terminal. Now the pattern terminal is going to require a crafting terminal, which I don't have, but I think we can make one of these, ME terminal, and then an ME pattern terminal. Really don't have any crafting cables. Alright, let's just make 5 crafting tables to throw in there. Alright, so the pattern terminal, we have the crafting terminal, and we have the pattern terminal. Alright, now let's go ahead and make the interface terminal, which is going to require a ME interface, and we're going to need quite a few of these. So I hope I have some glass in there. Let's see, how many of these should I make? I'll make I guess 2 for now, because I don't have any of the other resources. So we need more iron, that's it. I'm just going to unblockify half a stack, put those in, and now we can go ahead and make our interface terminal. So with these two, these probably might be quests. We'll do the interface terminal, we'll put that on the left, not that it matters, and the pattern terminal here on the right. Alright guys, so now we have ourselves a pattern terminal and an interface terminal. Now obviously the interface terminal has nothing on it yet because we don't have any interfaces or any auto crafting set up. And additionally, the pattern terminal, actually, what does it cost to make a blank pattern? Can we make any of these? So it's Certus, quartz glass, glowstone. That's very doable for us. I'd like to use regular Certus, though. We have a bunch of that. That's the pattern terminal. We don't want that. Although I probably could have made that pattern because we're definitely going to use that in the future. But for now, again, don't want that. Alright, 5 of those, but we'll make some more quartz glass. Alright, anyway, let's just put our blank patterns. Actually, we can go ahead and encode this pattern. Pattern. Alright, so now we have an encoded pattern. We'll use that later. But for now, let's go ahead and make some molecular assemblers. Now I hope I have enough for these. I think I want to make maybe just one of these for now. And I am going to want more ME interfaces. So those are going to require, let's make, do I have any interfaces in here? Interface, I have one in there. I'll make two more if possible, yes. Gonna need more cores, but we can do that. The other thing we're gonna need here is, let's unfavorite these. We're gonna need crafting storage and co-processing units. And that's gonna require a crafting unit. So I think I wanna make two co-processing units for now. And then two 4K crafting. So we're gonna need two more of those. And some 4K. Do we have any of this stuff? We're gonna need, I guess those those require pure Certus. Okay. Shoot, I didn't do any math. How many of those am I gonna need? I'm gonna need 6 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we have ourselves 2 of those, which we can make 2 of those. Alright guys. Now here is where the tricky part is going to begin. For me, again, very newbie in terms of applied energistics. So let's go down here. Actually, I think I have some smart cables in here. Yeah. We're going to want to get these as well. Alright. So, we have ourselves 0 channels used here. Now, from what I understand, let's just continue this down to here, and then we'll put some smart cables. So we're going to want these connected to an ME interface like so. And what I'll do is put, let's think, put our molecular assembler in here, and I'm going to surround this with ME interfaces. Now this is a very common what am I thinking of? Autocrafting setup. Now this is using 6 of our 8 channels already. So I'm wondering, this is sort of just for my experimentation here, if I take out this this smart cable and instead I do complete dense cable, is this going to be 6 out of 32? Okay. So it looks like the dense cable, if you have the resources, I think I'm probably just going to stick with that for most of the time. So yeah, now we have ourselves ME interfaces surrounding a molecular assembler. This, from what I understand, is a viable autocrafting setup. The other thing I'm going to do off of this dense cable here is add our crafting storage and our co-processing units. Now these, I'm going to just put a torch here so no mobs spawn. Now these should allow us to craft like multiple things at a time. So let's, for the fun of it, test if this works. Again, I'm very new at this and I don't really know what I'm doing. But now if we go to our interface terminal, we can see here that we have all of those ME interfaces surrounding that molecular assembler. We can put patterns in those. Now we have ourselves a blank pattern. So if we come over here and say let's request 10 of these, we have everything available. If we start and then we search again, we can see that those are indeed crafting blank patterns. So now we have ourselves a very basic auto crafting setup here. Now I'm sure that a lot of you guys who know applied energistics very well, you're cringing quite hard now, just because again this is a very ugly setup. I'm sure it's not efficient at all. However, it's something that I wanted to do and it's going to work for my purposes. So this is going to allow us to just add recipes to this as needed once we figure out what we're crafting above there, and this is going to definitely be a good enough setup for now. So the other thing we can do is start getting into processing recipes, but and that's going to require us to make, let's actually start that. I think what we'll want is, if we get a pulverizer, let's see, can we make that? Not very well. Pulverizer. So we're going to need a machine frame. In fact, we're probably going to need 2 of these machine frames because I'm going to want to make a redstone furnace as well. So let's make 2 of these. We're going to need 2 copper gears. Man, I love having an AE system though. Definitely helps with your crafting. Redstone furnace and pulverizer. Now let's look at our... I just realized I said redstone furnace when I meant pulverizer, but we have a pulverizer. Now let's get a redstone furnace. Where is it? Here it is. So again, we have our machine frame, 2 more copper gears, bricks. Okay, so I think I have clay. We're gonna need 8 of this, and we'll just pop those in there. And what else did we need? We needed a reception coil, which we can go ahead and quickly make here. And I believe this should be a redstone furnace. If we put those back, yes. Alright, so now we have these. In fact, I think now we're going to need 2 more ME interfaces. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, I have that favorited over here, don't I? Yeah, so we're going to need... So I'm going to need more formation and annihilation cores. So let's look at those. We'll make 6 of those and 6 of those. Actually, let's make another annihilation just to have the even number. Alright, now we can make 2 more ME interface. Alright. Now here is where I might need to do a little bit more research, but for the fun of it, let's get some more dense cable here, and we'll put an ME interface there and there. Get a torch down, and if we put these like a redstone furnace or pulverizer and our redstone furnace, now these are gonna need power, and I think, let's see if we have a wrench. Whoops. So I'm not sure the okay, yeah. So we're gonna want that up. Just I believe this essentially says that push the things from the ME system up into the furnace, and then we'll put a an input on the bottom, input on the bottom. We'll do the same thing over here. Maybe? Yeah, there it was. Alright. So, again, I forgot these are going to need power. But, you know, for the fun of it, how could I get power over there? I might just go nab this cell over here. I turned this farm on again for a bit, and it just filled up so quickly, so. Alright. Again, this is just sort of for proof of concept for myself. I'm sure you guys are, again, cringing a bit, a lot more experienced in this than I am. However, we're experimenting. So we'll output on the bottom and on the side, put one there. Alright, so now that both of these are going to have power, now let's go make some processing patterns. So let's say, for example, what do we want to do? If, let's say, what is a common thing we're going to need to autocraft? I know lead dust is used for hardened stuff. So if we go over to our pattern terminal, actually let's see in the interface. Yeah, so we can see the pulverizer and the redstone furnace on the interface terminal, which is great. So if we say, let's do lead dust. So if we do 1 lead, alright, we're going to need to change this to a craft or a processing pattern. Nope. If we say 1 lead, and then if we take 1 lead, pulverize that into lead dust. Man, don't even know where my own stuff is that I just put down. Again, processing pattern, encode that, go into our interface terminal, go down to the pulverizer, put that in there. So if we request 1 lead dust, I guess it's pulverized lead, isn't it? Pulverized. So if we craft, let's say 10 of those, we'll start that. So I can hear down there the pulverizer working. Alright, so yeah, this is working well. However, it's not exporting it. So we can export to the bottom. And that should take it right back to our ME system. I'm hoping that even though this is an export on the bottom, that this will still push the items up through the bottom. We'll see about that. In fact, let's just test and do that again just to make sure it works. I think if you middle click, yeah, you can do it. So I'll request another 10. And it doesn't look like it's working. Alright, well this is something I'm going to need to figure out. I'm not going to bore you guys with this anymore, but now we have ourselves an autocrafting system. I'm going to cut here, might refine that downstairs a little bit more, and figure out what I wanted to do next in this episode, and I'll be back with you guys in a sec. Alright guys, I am back, and off camera I've been pretty busy. I'm sure you guys quickly figured out the mistake I was doing down there with the pulverizer and the redstone furnace. I needed to have input and output on that top slot where the interface was, so I went ahead and fixed that. And I've also been just going ahead and making a bunch of different recipes here to autocraft. So I set up an alloy smelter and have these 5 recipes. The induction smelter, I have some recipes, a bunch in the regular molecular assembler, 28 it looks like in there. We still have a pretty good amount of room, but we're probably going to even need to make another one of these again. But yeah, so we have a good amount of autocrafting recipes. Now what I wanted to do is sort of put what I've done to the test here. I want to upgrade the machines down there that I have autocrafting. So let's see if we can do that. We have one of those already. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to do this yet. It says no crafting CPUs are available. So eventually I'll have to extend, make like another one of these pretty much. But yeah, we can do that definitely very soon. Definitely have the resources for it. Alright, those are done. And now we can try and go ahead and make these. And those should get cooking. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome guys. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to make while we're up here are these the machine augments. So we're gonna want 6 of these. We'll go ahead and kick those off, and those are going 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, autocrafting is a wonderful thing to have. So induction smelter, so yeah, this is what I have down here. We'll upgrade those, 6, we'll put 2 in there, 2 in there, and 2 in there. So that's just going to increase the speed at which these machines operate, which is going to increase the speed at which our autocrafting operations are done. I also have this alloy smelter. I already have an octadic capacitor in there. I taught that guy, or I taught the system here to make octadic capacitors. So yeah, we're doing pretty good here, guys. So I think the last thing what I wanted to try and do today here is autocraft our inscribing presses down there. So we have a bunch of automatic inscribers here, and I believe what we can do is, well, first let's get I think will we need 5 interfaces for this? I'm not 100% sure. Let's craft some ME interfaces here. So we alright, we only have one of those. You know what I should do? Let's just make some more autocrafting recipes here with you guys. So formation core, I'm gonna want that recipe. I'm also going to want the annihilation core recipe. Don't want that. In fact, what did this one have? 1 flukes dust, pure Certus quartz. We do not want that. I don't know why those are unless it requires pure Certus, which it might. I might have messed up there. Yeah, so this is gonna require either, yeah, I don't know why that's the default, but we're gonna get some nether quartz in there, put that in there, and that's gonna do those, and we'll do our, which one did I do? Annihilation. So we're gonna do the formation. Again, make this quartz instead. So now we have these two we can add to our system here. Whoops. So now we have those. And then we can go ahead and probably go ahead and just have this. Now once we run out of the processors, we're not going to be able to make the formation and the annihilation cores, so that's something that I wanted to again address at the end of the episode here. So now we should be able to go ahead and request. Whoa, wasn't typing there. We can go ahead and request 5 of these. I think we have everything for those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Apparently I made a 6th. How did I get 6? Or maybe I already had one? Who knows? Anyway. Interfaces. Now I think if we again... Actually no, we're going to need to do these differently because these don't have any mechanism to automatically output. So I'll tell you what guys, I'm going to get some things together to do this. We're going to need Ender IO conduits and some other things, and then I'll be right back with you guys in a sec once I figure out how we're going to go ahead and automate our presses and calculation processors. Alright guys, I am back, and I think I have the approach figured out and mapped out as to how we're going to do this. So I have our 5 advanced inscribers. From left to right we have the logic press, so this one will take gold. We have the engineering press, so this one takes diamonds. We have the calculation press, which takes pure Certus, and then the silicon one. And finally, this is the one that's going to combine each of the ingredients from the others into the circuit. So what I do, or what I did was, I just went ahead and put another cable down from this ME controller from the bottom face for now. I probably am going to change a lot of this stuff up as we continue in the mod pack here. Again, I'm just starting this stuff out, so I don't really know. Excuse me, guys. I had to clear my throat. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm sure a lot of this stuff is subject to change, including this here. So, goodness, I have a frog in my throat, it seems like. But yeah, so we have an ME interface down here. So if we go up to our interface panel, just for proof of concept here, it should just say yeah. So we have an oak chest. Now in that oak chest is where we're going to put our patterns for these different things. So I also have some Ender IO conduits set up behind this here. So for now we're going to extract always active from the oak chest. So we'll make recipes when we queue an autocraft for one of these processors. It's going to send the ingredients into this oak chest from the ME interface. And in fact, I think we don't need to, but I should put that arrow pointing up on this. But anyway, so those will this will automatically extract, always active, those ingredients. And now I have input and output on that green channel from the oak chest on each of these. Now I think that these machines are pretty intelligent in the fact that they'll only take what fits in here. So this one will only take gold because gold isn't used in this press, etc. So this one will only take gold, this one will only take diamonds, this one will only take pure Certus, and this one will only take the silicon. And then finally we have an insert on green here. So these are all extract always active. Now when these get extracted, they should put their ingredients into this green channel here because it's the only other place for them to input. And then so that'll put them into here. Those ingredients will combine. Extract on brown, always active. So I'm hoping this extracts the final product and puts it back into the ME interface and back into the ME system. So we're going to need some blank processors, or blank patterns. But first, let's look at the different processors. So these are the 3 things we're automating down there. I'll just favorite these. So let's go into our pattern terminal. Now these are going to be on processing patterns because they're being processed down there. So the logic processor takes that gold, silicon, and redstone. So instead of putting the actual logic circuit and the silicon circuit in this recipe, we're going to use gold and silicon. So, man, we're really low on gold. I only have this plus this stack. But anyway, we have silicon and we have redstone. The other thing we're going to need while I'm here is pure Certus. Put one of those in there. Alright, so logic processor. This, again, processing pattern, so we'll put gold, redstone, and printed silicon, so that's just a silicon. So this should be the correct thing, so we'll encode that. Oh no, I need to put the output, obviously. So that's going to make a logic processor. Doesn't matter what slot, I don't think, but we'll just put it at the top. So we'll encode that, so we have that pattern encoded. The next one is the engineering processor. We're going to need a diamond for that. Getting low on diamonds as well here. Definitely going to need to do something about that. So, clear this pattern. Diamond. Now, do I have any engineering processors? Yes, thankfully. So we're going to need, for this, a diamond, silicon again, but not 50, just one, and another piece of redstone yet again, as you can see here, and this is going to be another pattern, of course, forgetting this. Again, this is the first time I've done this, not very good at it, but we're getting there. Calculation processor is going to be not diamond, but instead of the diamond, pure Certus. So that's going to take the pure silicon and the redstone, and that finally, oh, I messed that up, so we'll get rid of this, but we're gonna put in, where are we? Do I not have any of those on hand? Let's look up. I think that's the calculation processor. Yeah, so that is gonna produce that, not the other one I had there. So let's go ahead and clear this pattern. And we'll just put it right back in here. Alright guys, so these should be ready. Now let's put these in the oak chest slot here. We have our calculation, our engineering, and our logic. So, let's see how this works. Now whoops, let me get those apples. I'm thinking the only way this wouldn't work is if, like, well, no, I think it should work. Let's go ahead and so we have 17 logic processors. So if we middle click on here, let's get 3 more. In fact, no, let's just get 3 more for now, just to make sure this works. So that's going to send gold, redstone, and silicon down here, this chest. So we have the gold, which already entered into there. It's looking good so far. Now is that piping these? Yes, it is. So again, the gold is getting sent down to here. It's making the gold press. The silicon got into here. It's putting that, and those are all going into here. The gold, the silicon, and the redstone is. This is the only slot the redstone can go in. So if I am not mistaken, we should have 20 of those. So that works perfectly, guys. I'm gonna go ahead, just to have them on hand, craft 12 more of those, and then I'll probably get 5 more calculations afterwards as well. But yeah, so if we look in here, these logic processors should be flowing in pretty good once those machines get crafting there. Yep, 21 already. So yeah, it's pretty slow, but one thing we can do is put the acceleration cards in here. In fact, I think actually those require, I think these require a diamond. Yeah, so we're definitely going to need more resources in order to really speed up and get into our autocrafting and stuff. But we've made a lot of progress today. Again, most of it off camera, but I've made a bunch of recipes here. And we almost, I mean, we have those 6 ME interfaces around the molecular assembler. Those are already over halfway full, so definitely have made a lot of progress in the autocrafting realm. And this is just going to help in the future speed up everything. So yeah, I'm really happy that we got this stuff going. So we only have 21 of those left. What is going on? Are these it sent those down. It sent the silicon down. Is this out of power? What's going on here, guys? Oh, duh. There's no power in these anymore. That should be fixable. I'm hoping I can run some just glass fluix over the top of those. I'm sure you guys saw that the whole time and were like, yeah, this guy's not gonna work. But anyway, let's try this. There we go. Now they should be happy. So now they have power. Now they're going into here and they're getting crafted up perfectly. Awesome. So, alright, that scared me a little bit, but now that is completely automated. Perfect. So yeah, I think this is probably going to wrap this episode up, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. This is definitely, and especially if you did watch this, sticking through with me, because again, it probably wasn't the easiest thing to watch, especially if you guys are experienced in AE2, because I certainly, as you can tell, am not at all. But yeah, I'm really happy we got this up and running. Got a nice auto-crafting system set up down here. It's working perfectly. Very proud of that. So, future plans. I think in the next episode, I might start getting into, let's see, where are we? If we look in our like alpha tab, there's this auto sifter. There's also a machine, I think, called just an auto sieve, which is like a huge multi-block structure. Machine blueprint auto sieve. Yeah, so like this thing is massive, so it's like 4 by 5. But we might look into this mod. Let's favorite that. Might look into this mod, and I'm hoping that this thing essentially works like these sieves over here. We can just put gravel, dust, and sand through that thing and get resources. So that might be the next thing we look at. Now that we have an AE system, setting up an auto sieve, running a bunch of resources or a bunch of sand, gravel, and dust through that, and having that output maybe auto sort, auto process, and go into our system, I think that would be a really nice thing to have in the future here. But again, for now, this is going to wrap that one up. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I certainly am enjoying messing around with applied energistics. My first time, and definitely having a good time with it. It definitely makes crafting and just having all your resources together in one area makes the game way better. It's going to allow us to progress a lot further. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, stay tuned for the next episode. See you guys.